Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Crazy Horse 6. This is week 2 of SvS in our season 4 celebration. Just had Champions Duel finish off. You can see we're in the semifinals here, going up against 792, some former alliance mates and some former server mates from 797. You can see here we won invasion rights pretty resoundingly. And then we've also got on the right side of the bracket, we've got 777 Jackpot will face in the finals. Not to give anything away, but if we look at the rankings here, looking at 792, Soul Snatchers is their top alliance, just barely under 25 million, and their next biggest alliances are down in the 17s, mid-17s, next three. And then if we look at their total hero power, you've got Aeronach as the toughest, 233, about my size, General Harry and Hutch, a little bit smaller. And then if you see people porting out already, I'm gonna finish this up though, this intro. You look at our alliance, we're a little bit lower, but we've got two alliances that are a little bit stronger in 2 and 3, and then our 4th alliance lines up really well with their number 2 alliance. If you look at total hero power, obviously we've got MGD and Samba that are quite a ways ahead, and then you've got TJ and I that match up really well with their number 1s. So Friday night, this is the very beginning of Buster. We ported right in. You can see within 30 seconds. Well, everybody else ported right at the limit. I ported in 30 seconds late just so I could do this intro. A little frustrating here on the very beginning, hitting these bases, and there's no one on the wall. The whole idea of coming over here on Friday right at reset is to soften up the server, get rid of their troops, just make it a little bit harder for them to be able to muster some combat power for the next day. And I see Crazy Duck up here, and I see some people bouncing off him, so I know he's got troops in the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on up here. Anybody else annoyed by that? Every single day you gotta, yeah, I get it. I'm going to another tile that somebody else is marching on. 16-7 off that hit, and I didn't even burn. So this right here, public service announcement for everyone in Night. Midnight Gravedigger has been kind of harping on this since he got here about not trying to garrison people who can't put a bubble up when they're supposed to, or are trying to cool down in the hive. And that's exactly why, because you get someone like me who comes in and I'll take a lot of troops at once. So that was 16-7. Here's another 12-9, so 13. Well, might as well just call it 30,000 troops there in 2 hits. And I lost about 5,500. You can see General Harry's trying. But he's got a little too much attention, and then finally they just threw a bubble up on him, which is too bad, because 30,000 troops in 2 hits is a pretty nice take. And then looking around here, there really is not much else. There's a level 23, probably has no troops in the wall, at least not worth it. They're not going to be a factor tomorrow. You got a 25 and a 29 there. Just scan up. There's a 25 in the middle that's unbubbled, and Villa's kind of going nuts on those guys. I'll let him do his thing. And then I come over to TBD. Looks like we've got some people already mopping up over there. And then scroll over here to Lapu, and I see some QPO bases, and I see these 4 unbubbled five kind of all right there. And this again, so watch what I do here. This is why you don't, I get it, like we want to protect our buddies and we want to give them garrisons, but unless you're a whale, so there's 5,700. We're gonna count this up. 3,000, we're up to 8,700. We're up to 15,000 or so, 18,000, 28,000, 33,000. You can see these garrisons, they keep on going. I'm just bouncing in between 40,000. You see, I'm intentionally not ashing them. I'm just going in between all of them. What was I at? 40? Am I 45,000 now? I already lost count. 48. 52, 51, 56, 59, 63. I ran up to 64 at this point. Ooh, that was a nice one. Up to 72 now. $75. And I'm like, okay, he's done. We won't even count those ones. But then I see this, they're still garrisoning this guy. There's 80,000, 86, 89. I come back to the base because I see more people coming in. Like, you know, he's got one more hit left, so I'm just kind of chilling. Let him get some more troops in there. I see, like, look, they're not even stopping it. It's still a successful attack, 8400. So let's just call it an even 100,000 troops or so, because I might have missed a couple in there. Yeah, I mean, like, so if he had, I think a couple of those guys only had 1 or 2 squads on the wall, so that's 3,000. So say 4 bases, 3,000 troops per hit, 10 hits to ash them. You're talking, it's got to be, oh, some other people got some hits in there too. But honestly, I got so many more kills there and took other people's troops kind of unnecessarily. And then we did the same thing down here. So I think this is DR4's hive. And at first I see this little level 30. I don't care. He's already burning. I see other people hitting him. And I'm still scanning for a better target. I see that 35 from off server, and I figure if they're gonna help us, you know, soften up our server target, I'll let them. I'm not in a fight for kills. But then I see people garrisoning this guy, so I'm like, all right, I'll send a squad over. So that guy didn't even have, so this, I can't read his name. That level 30 though, didn't even have any troops in the wall. So if his alliance mates just let him get ashed, he's talking like maybe 1,000 troops he loses out of his drill grounds. Instead, they're garrisoning him on every hit, and they're just giving up more points. So I see another garrison coming in. So okay, I'll send another squad back out. Another 2,400. I see Grizzly coming in. I'm waiting for Ray Bear to go back. He seemed to be pretty adamant about protecting his buddy there. You know, I'm not gonna say anything bad about you guys. Kudos for protecting your buddies. I'm just saying, from a mathematical perspective. And somebody else comes in, and Griffin, or is it Spooky? Someone came in there. Clam Slammer, he knocks out some garrisons, and then I get 2,800. Clam Slammer got all my kills. So yeah, I mean, kudos to you guys trying to protect your buddies, but from a pure like math and logic perspective, you know, people got to learn. Unless you are one of the top 5 on the server and you can withstand some hits from some bigger opponents of your fellow alliances on the server in case they come, it's just not worth letting your drill grounds get trained to try to save somebody else who can't shield. we're getting towards the end of the action here for Friday night. And I'm speeding up a lot of this just to kind of get it to go a little bit faster. But another guy who's in the hive trying to let his war fever cool down. Gave up 9,000 kills before he decided to port away. And I see this little battle going on. I decided I wanted on the action. And he decided he did not want in on the action, so very disappointed. Where are we at here? Oh, hey, we jumped right into Saturday. So that was it for Friday night, jump into Saturday. So you can see from the timer, I forgot to record right when I jumped in, but I've been here for about 4 minutes already. We jumped in 15 minutes early. You can see me nestled up against the southeast cannon. My objective was the southeast cannon, along with Slingshot and Infidel. They were hanging out with me there. We had Gravedigger up on the northwest cannon. We had Samba and TJ on the northeast cannon, and then we had SRD and the rest of Mox on the southwest cannon. And then you see I got paired with QPO, which I absolutely loved because those guys are like animals. You see, like, I can barely get some hits in. They're just swarming on everybody. So this is where I was knocking out Osun, and I can't remember who was up there next to him. Whoever it was didn't have any troops on their wall. Osun did. That didn't work out too hot for him. No risk there. Taking him out. And so we jumped in early just to establish our position, and I really just spent a lot of time here just trying to match up against anybody who would jump in the mud with us. I'm just trying to protect QPO's backs while they can focus on the cannon, and then protect my back too. I want to make sure that they're deep and make anybody who wants to come hit me have to march a little bit extra. I don't think I'm going to give away too many of my tactics here, but I think because I change it up every week. This particular week, my particular role was to go after some of their stronger opponents, and honestly, anyone below 185 million total hero power wasn't really on my radar. So that's why you see me coming out with my main and hitting people with that. That was my objective. You see other weeks, I'll leave my main at home and I'll go hash people with my second and my third. And I did switch it up a little bit about mid-fight. I decided to jump up next to General Harry, try to kind of hold him at bay, and yeah, we know Tasty likes to put all four of his squads on the wall. MGD zeroed him last night. I think he was getting 11 or 12,000 kills. Maybe not quite, maybe 10,000 kills per hit. Didn't really want to throw my banner down this soon, but if we're going to be fighting this soon, might as well. You see Osun decided to jump in. And he didn't have any troops on the wall, so. We're still 5 minutes from the actual capital war, and I'm already claiming stamina. Aronok got a good position there, right in the middle. He is, I believe he's heavy tank, So I can, you know, I can hit him, but with my missiles. You can see Samba with his tank main is able to do some damage on him. And then I just wanted to kind of distract him. You see For Grandpa from QPO. What a fighter. She's phenomenal. You see her leading a rally there against Aronok. And then I think just in a couple minutes, you see her again smoking some bases up where I'm playing out here. TW134, shout out to her, jumping in the fight there. The Death Battle is a great player. Loves to fight. I think he jumped on, was like, hey, it's drone boost, because we still had like at this point 3 minutes left of the drone boost arms race, and I think there's like this, hey, I need to hurry up and get some points, some arms race points. And I'm like, hey dude, we're already over here. You can burn tons of stamina over here. Jump in the mud. And then he did. He replied back pretty quickly saying he was coming over. Trying to get tasty treat, you know, like if I can get the right combo on him, I can take 5,000-6,000 troops in a hit. So that I was just trying to play with him, just trying to keep him honest. You see Samba's doing a good job of hitting him, but everybody else is kind of bouncing off. I think he was about 220 total hero power. Trying to see who's getting attacked, who I can go help, but that's all up in the north side, and I'm still trying to hold down my cannon. I think we're at like 1.5 speed right here, just to kind of help move things along. And then once we start the actual capital war, I kick it up to 2.25 speed. Otherwise, it's mind-numbingly long. So you see Mox and QPO both doing a fantastic job clearing rubble here. You know, gotta shout out to those guys. Like, this is my public service announcement for maybe some of the smaller players don't feel like they can make an impact here, feel like they get ashed really quickly, or they lose a lot of troops really fast. You know, 4 one-hero squads can do a lot of damage, because one, what we noticed is that there were quite a few SSN players that did not have any troops on their wall at all. See MGD ashing Harry there, Infidel hitting him. You know, you can have a guy with 210 million total hero power, and if he doesn't have any troops on his wall, and you hit him with a single Loki squad, you're gonna do damage, and eventually you're gonna ash him. Same thing with clearing rubble. Clearing rubble is such a critical task, and you could actually, even because you're just clearing rubble, you're not attacking bases, you could be sitting outside the mud with a shield on, with 4 squads driving around the mud, just clearing rubble. That is a huge help, because it just prevents other alliances from taking those spots. Once we clear those spots, now for 5 minutes, it is, even if it's not a knight, even if it's QPO or Mox and I can't port in on it, at least, you know, our enemy server can't port in on it. All right, so the capital just opened up, cannon just opened up. I've got my gathering squad reinforcing the capital, just, hell, why not? They're not doing anything else. And I got my main out hunting. I feel pretty confident, given my position, given QPO's layers around me. There was a couple times you actually see I had both my main and my second outside the wall at the same time. I don't normally do that. I'm usually pretty careful so I don't get ambushed. these guys had a really nice layer of protection. I felt pretty good about moving my main out, and I figure most people, I want to say probably everyone but one or two people that we're facing isn't going to be able to get through me with my second and third with one hit. See, I got a good hit on Tasty Treat there. Trying to time it just right, but he keeps on restoring his durability, which is smart. You can see he's doing the same thing. He's not sending one out until the other one is going to come back. So it's really hard to catch them both out at the same time. But I figure if all I can do is just make him think about it, it's worth it, slowing him down. Because honestly, he could probably cut through probably 2 or 3 bases at once around him. But if he has to worry about me coming over, then he's got to keep at least 2 viable squads back at all times. You see, I was trying to get on this action here. QPO didn't even let me. 4 Grandpa there again. Just smoking people. I did get a hit on them. Here we go. Quick 6,000. I go back to heal. And if I zoom out, you can see we've got all 4 cannons and the capital. See Infidel trying to work on Tasty Treat as well. I saw he had 2 squads outside, and I got 4,600 troops from that one. You see, I can cut through his tanks, but I don't have enough once I get to the tanks to get through anything else. You see this whole corner is locked down. Really, it's just the upper left corner. That was where 1 FA, 2 FA were supposed to be. And they went pretty hard in there. And you see General Harry's out. So I decided to... You see, when his main isn't there, I can catch him. And then this is a great little chicken and mouse game, or cat and mouse game. He was gonna hit me, didn't. I just came after him, and then he got me with my main out. So he probably, even though he didn't burn me, I have to go back and look at the battle report, but he probably got through my air squad and probably most of the way through my tank squad. So here's the cool part. I figured, look, if he wants to hit me, and look at Sling coming in behind him. Ashley was going to try to hit me while I was ashing her, but I ported her before her squad ever hit. So I'm like, look, Harry, go ahead. You can come after me. I'm just going to ash all the bases around you. So I got Ashley, I think it was at Hutch. And then you can see how quickly all those night teleports popped up around those bases. Again, phenomenal job, guys. The ones who are out there clearing rubble. Oh yeah. So I see Cheesy popped in. You can tell he's watching me because I think he hits me again. Oh no, he's going for... Oh, there we go. Yeah, comes after me, but it's fine. I can heal. Cheesy bounced. Come up and take care of Bassoon. I saw his main out, so I was gonna go hit him, but then oh no, he comes back. Oh no, he's... You see, I can get him to freeze. So I was coming at him. He didn't know I only had half my strength, and he turned around instead of hitting me. Came back to protect his own base. Look at all those night teleports there. That's awesome. Watching back on this video, I'm kind of frustrated. I'm like, damn, like, could I have hit the help button there so I can get my troops healed up? I see the general sending 3 marches at the capital and ash him before he has a chance to hit. So I will say this is one advantage of defending. Oh yeah, I wanted to get Harry. Oh, look at all those night teleport pads. So MGD definitely put down what I was, or picked up what I was putting down. DB shared the teleport, and then I didn't catch who that was. Shared his location. Take care of that guy. And then by the time I looked back, I saw, hey, is that MGD right there? And then I look over and Harry's gone. So then with Harry gone, start sending my main out again. Gotta see Beef Supreme over there. And then he left. Let's see, Dog and Lucky Star. And then Cheesy came back, couldn't resist hitting him. And then I gotta go back and heal. Oh wait, no, I hit pause you real quick. 8,000 kills. Hit Dragonfly Kisses again. She left. Went to go hit Lucky. She left. All right. You can. It's a funny. You see the impact of, you know, when you're top 2 or 3 in the alliance in the server, and people see your squad marching around near their base. I gotta shout out Jester and Hyde here. I think I ashed him right here, and now I kind of feel bad. He's actually a really good dude. So after the capital battle was over, the typical shenanigans of, you know, where people are trying to mine diamonds. I know the devs set this up on purpose to try to create some opportunities to kind of get back at people. But look, my philosophy is be a a gracious winner and a gracious loser. And gracious winners, they stop hitting people and they mine their diamonds and they go home. And gracious losers allow the winners to mine the diamonds and don't hit people in the mud after the battle's over. Not only do we see a little bit of that from 792, although I say 792 actually did a good job of, you know, that was not happen as nearly as much as I've seen it in other battles. But we had outside alliances who were, I think, alliance dual opponents of some of the alliances in there come in and was trying to ash people, just trying to, you know, mine. And he jumped in and was hitting people. And then I don't like these guys too. OX01 from 804 decided to jump in. I don't know if someone asked them to come or if they just decided to come in, but just interesting that so many came all at once, right? So they came in. This guy wanted to be clever. There's it's impossible to be clever when you're going up against someone with a 73 million main march and a 60, what is my air, 63 missiles or tanks are like 56, 57 now. So it's not going to work out so hot for you. But yeah, I don't know. Look, I will say 792 is a very politically savvy server. They've done really well at forming friendships and bonds, alliances with outside servers. You know, this could be OX01 simply, you know, got smoked in their capital really quickly and decided to come over and get some more easy kills over here. But just the fact that they all came over all at the same time, all poured at the same spot, I don't know. Oh, Kool-Aid Man from DR4, cool guy, Jarvis. Had a good talk with him on Friday night. That's the thing, like, look, no animosity to 792. There's a lot of really great people on that server, a lot of really friendly people, and that's precisely why I didn't go back after the Capital War was over. Even though we still had access to 792, I could have probably cleaned up and found some more kills. I stayed away. Look, we won. We don't need to rub it in. Saw Beef Supreme again, but he decided to leave. And then I love No Risk. Shout out to No Risk, who's sporting the Temu Q's moniker today for this battle. Have to go hit Tasty Treat again, see what he's doing. 3,800 kills, but still can't get through. And then I see Bassoon over here. I see the teleport right next to him. So this is what I was going to say earlier. This is actually more appropriate time to say it. When you're actually getting smoked in Capital War, it's actually really easy to rack up tons and tons of points because you do what he's doing right here. He's just sending his main in and knocking out the garrisons at the cannon. Look, I mean, it's you could say maybe he was assigned that cannon, he's trying to get it back, but there's no way that he can hold it by himself. In my opinion, all he's doing is he's just padding points, padding stats right here. Because unless you come in with a number of people, Like, all he's doing is just knocking people out. He's probably racking up between 10 to 16,000 kills per hit. So I'm like, look, we don't need any of that. Send him packing. And then I see SSN's really trying to push on that northwest cannon there. And you see we've got northeast lockdown, southeast lockdown, southwest lockdown. It's really just this one, so I need to find a spot to port. There's a lot of ash bases, but there's a good little cluster right there of 792, and I see one person ports out, and I just jump right on it as fast as I can, and I come hit General Harry because I know he's over hitting the cannon. Get 2 hits on him while he's focused on the cannon. And that's another, like, oh, and he's gone. So I think if you and I look at these guys, I knew they're not heavy hitters. I could keep my main at home and just hit them with my second, with my air squad, and can get a bunch of kills, ash them pretty quick. I think that guy even ran out of troops. There was a smart one with no troops on the wall, but didn't want. Well, I guess last about the same. There you go. That's the end. Claim my rewards, and then we can slow it down. Let's get all these chests open. You can see General Harry there, far and away in the rankings, and that was probably a lot to do with going and just smoking the cannons with his main here and there. MGD with 31 million. I felt, man, I 8th place in the alliance for me is, you know, significantly lower than normal. I don't feel like I was really not participating, but this is also part of the way we were matched up. You know, for the most part, I was really aligned to try to knock out all their biggest. This guy was funny. He must have woken up late, didn't have all of his chests yet, and he saw a howitzer base and just thought, just get them all opened up. So I sent a quick alliance chat saying, hey, let him hit me. I don't mind. If he was a level 35 with a, you know, 65, 70 million march, I might have felt differently. But hey, look, I'll call it out in advance. If you guys see me, you know, SvS or, you know, during a war, if you want to, you know, get some points by bouncing off, if you want to, you know, send me a message first and give me a heads up, that'd be nice. But look, you're more than happy to let you guys just bounce off the wall and open your chests. We don't need to go through, you know, 20 minutes of trading, you know, tile hits. And I saw this guy jump in. So it's going back to help out Slingshot, and then he kind of had stuff handled. And then UAN, which is our Alliance dual opponent, they decided to jump in. That guy got ash before he could hit me back. And then this is my favorite part of the whole battle, so I kept it in. I got 5,800 there, and then MGD and I with the Eiffel Tower from either side right there was great. Slingshot got in on it. TJ jumped in. I guess he just went by. Yeah, that was fun. And these guys jumped in, and I think one of these guys used a lot of ports. Hope it was worth it. This guy was kind of boring. Didn't have many troops on his wall. And I went to go hit Spartan. This guy was huge. I don't know I need to go back and look at the battle report, but if my 73 million first squad only gets 1,600 kills, and then Omar. So you get a couple of lucky hits on me while my main was out. And then this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, I think I said this in Alliance chat. Like, hey, don't garrison me. He couldn't get through. I think I pulled about a report a little bit later. Like, I think somebody garrisoned me, and then he knocked out that garrison, and then my main killed his missile squad. But you know, I had a couple guys garrison me, and look, I love being in an alliance where everybody wants to jump in and help out. Garrisons are really important during like Copper Wars, but they aren't great actually for alliance duels. You know, if you got a bunch of guys bubbled and you can garrison someone against equally sized people, that's great, but you can see he was doing the same thing. He was basically waiting for the garrisons to come in, and then he was knocking the garrisons out. He couldn't get through my squads. If you look at the battle reports, he might barely beat my main, but then my second squad's gonna clean him up. And then MGD jumped in and he jumped off. That tends to happen a lot. Gravedigger's in football we call him a ball hawk. Yeah, you see, this was Furious. He got through Furious's air squad pretty easily, and then he hit my main. My main, he bounced off that. Yeah, maybe he would have taken out my main. But my second squad would have mopped him up with whatever he had left. So, not particularly worried. And I see this guy. I like helping out QPO. They were great today, but I was trying to get my War Fever cooldown, so I decided to just pour it in. Give him a little, hey there. Do I have to hit you? I could have, looking at his base power, I'm pretty sure I could have, even if he had 3 squads on the wall, could have cut through. I was like, about to leave for a 5K. As a war leader, my cooldown is super long. Oh, and he left. That's great. Anyway, guys, that's it. Tune in next week, 777.
Hell yeah!
And heads up, don't just make a bunch of content. Like, actually go and do something.
Be sure to like and subscribe, guys.